Hey guys, talking Chiefs Falcons here. It's Showstopper Sports right now, and I was actually at that game yesterday, and I had an awesome time. Just an awesome time, and a lot of Chiefs fans showed up to that game. Of course, me, decked out in my Chiefs gear, and I went with some Falcons fans who were some awesome guys, by the way. We had a great time overall, and a good thing about it, both of our teams were competitive, so the stadium, your Chiefs fans were into it, the Falcons fans were into it. It was an awesome game. Eric Berry had an amazing homecoming. That was the first professional game he's played in his home state, and his 8 points that he scored, obviously, won that game for us because he stopped their drives, picking off that 2-point conversion. I mean, how they get there? They go up by 3. I'm still not saying they win that game, by the way. Look at what we did in Denver. Look how we did against San Diego. Look how we did at Carolina. We've had some games where we've had to come back and win games. So 3 points in a dome with 4 minutes to go with 2 timeouts. Or 3, I think we had 2 timeouts at that point. I was not worried in that we couldn't actually come back and do something in that game. I'll tell you the things I hated about that game before I tell you the other things that I liked. The first thing I hated about that game was how many first downs we gave up. 32 first downs. It's one thing to give up first downs, but six of them were because of penalties. And we had 13 penalties total as a team. We had 17 first downs and 13 penalties. I mean, take how much better we play in that game had we not give up all those penalties. We had a ton of holding calls. I'm sitting there watching this. We're like, oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, no, we go back. We get on the 45-yard line of Atlanta. First down. And we don't get anything else. We end up punting. Just too many things that were stalled and killed because of horrible penalties. And they were good. They were good calls. They weren't like, oh, the refs were picking on us. That was just something that stuck out to me in that game. Man, again, I love Kansas City. And there was a whole bunch of Chiefs fans. We're talking Alex Smith. I'm down here, down on the right on the rail, looking over, watching the Chiefs players at their bench because I was actually behind their bench. I talked to Dustin Colquitt. I saw these guys, practicing and stuff, and all these fans are saying we don't like Alex Smith. We don't want him playing. We want Nick Foles. The game that Nick Foles started this year, I thought he looked horrible. And it's probably because he doesn't play all the time. But at the same time, I thought he looked horrible. He didn't fit yet. He needs a preseason and then a couple games to get into rhythm. He did good against Indianapolis. Indianapolis is horrible on defense. He came in that game and just kind of stepped right into what was already going, the flow of the game, because Alex Smith was rolling in that game until he got his head rolled. I watched Alex yesterday. He is focused. I love his fire. He got mad in the fourth quarter when Albert Wilson gets that first down. And I swear he was ticked off because the guy's helmet got pulled off. He's like, where's the penalty? The guy gets his head pushed into the ground, and there's nothing. So I love his fire. He goes over to the sideline. He's constantly grabbing his tablet. He's looking. When he missed Spencer Ware, and I hated that, though, but when he missed Spencer Ware going down the sideline, he doubles over because he's so upset because he knows he missed something. Then he's over there looking at the film, seeing what he could have done better on that one. And guess what? That pass, by the way, think about this. Think about this. He threw 25 passes in that game. 4 incompletions, guys. 4. Yes, that was a big one. You think, wow, only 4. And look at that one. Had he hit that one, he would have been 22 or 25 or whatever that drive keeps going. I think Spencer Ware scores on that as he catches it if it's a good pass. The point is, Alex Smith, and some writers I've seen, some Chiefs writers, which I saw B.J. Kissel and Mitch Holthus at the game. Some of these writers are saying that was one of his best games as a Chief. Just the efficiency, the passes were on target. And then, Spencer Ware scoring on the goal line on the first play. Then he gets the touchdown on 4th and 1 on our next drive when we score. I like Alex Smith. And when he plays like he did yesterday, if he played every game like that, he basically matched Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, I was looking at the stats, 22 of 34. He had one more completion, but he threw a whole lot of incompletions. And guess what? Alex Smith didn't throw an interception. Yeah, he got sacked, but that wasn't, he was trying to get away, and he gets, blasted on the side. That was his only sack of the game. And yes, he fumbled that one. It did lead to a field goal. So, that's not the worst that could have happened out of that drive. And then, of course, Matt Ryan does throw a pick 6, plus he throws the pick 2. Can we call it a pick 2? It's 2 for 2 right there, guys. And Matt Ryan is supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks in football. I will tell you, Julio Jones in person is amazing. Those guys are on a different level when it comes to knowing where to go, where to put the ball. He knows where he can put the ball, where Julio can get it. A couple times he missed him. One pass was low, another one was just out of his reach. But for the most part, those guys are on the same Page, Julio Jones, and Matt Ryan could be the best quarterback wide receiver tandem in the NFL. And I'm thinking A.J. Green and Andy Dalton, but Dalton to me is not as good as Matt Ryan. So that's my opinion on that one. But I totally enjoyed that game overall. The only other thing I hate about this game, I talked about the good with Alex Smith, talked about the good with Eric Berry, Travis Kelce played an awesome game. Of course, our defense, they make the stops when they have to. Eric Berry, he's constantly moving. He'll pretend like he's gonna blitz, then he backs up, then he'll squat for a second, then he moves. He's constantly trying to read and just he's so involved in every facet of what's happening out there. And I can't tell you how much I love having him on the Kansas City Chiefs and watching him play. That guy should never, ever play anywhere else. He should retire at Chiefs. I don't care if he's hobbling. You sign him to a one-year contract and throw him in and out of the games. Sub him. But the only other negative thing I have about this game is our rushing attack is horrible. I think Spencer Ware is a good running back, but there was never a hole. I mean, and the second he gets to a hole, it just closes. It closes every single time. I was surprised he got that rushing touchdown. And he makes plays out of the backfield. That's the best thing about what he can do. He does bring the catch, and he had 3 catches in that game too. But I hate the fact that we cannot run the ball. I love to watch a team run the ball. Now, granted, that's where Alex Smith and his passing ability comes in. Everybody says, well, this is a dink and dunk. It's nice to have that when it was third down and 4 on that after the 2-minute warning, and Alex Smith hits Albert Wilson going across the middle. What more do you need, Kansas City Chiefs fans? That's what you want. And since we couldn't run the ball, we don't have a Larry, we don't have a Priest, we don't have a Christian Okoye, we don't have a Jamal. So we needed somebody to get that ball for the first down. Who better in this league to do that than Alex Smith? Yes, Tom Brady could do that too because he did it to us in the playoffs last year. All he did was get Julian Edelman over the middle. Then either Edelman could go down and get another 15 or 20, or he was at least getting 7, 8, 9, 10 yards on every one of those catches. And he did it to us at least 12 times in that game. And other players did it too. And if we could do that, that is the success in this league, to get those little passes right in the middle, right behind the linebackers every single time. It's quick, it's fast. He gets 8 to 12 yards almost every single time. We have Albert that can do it. We have, of course, Kelce. Man, he's doing that. All those fans around me were saying, all they have is Kelce. I'm like, that's because Chris Conley kept dropping passes. I'm like, Chris Conley got 3 balls against Denver. He didn't get those passes until the fourth quarter. We needed him involved in that whole game. He's fast, he's tall, but he drops passes. And I swear these guys drop them because they don't get enough game balls thrown to him. And I noticed that with Demetrius Harris. He drops passes. But that's all I got for you guys. That game was awesome. I'm ready for the Chiefs to take it up another level. That's my reaction, and I hope that in any way is something that you guys maybe feel the same way. If not, let me know. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let's go, Chiefs. I got the Chiefs and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl this year. That is my prediction. People laugh at me. People think I'm an idiot. We have every single piece needed to win a Super Bowl. Special teams is awesome. We have an awesome punter, awesome field goal kicker. We've been tried and tested multiple times this year and passed these tests. The only game where I really hated was Tampa, and the other game I hated was Houston too. That was a horrible game. We should have won that game too. But besides those 2 games, I've been impressed with the way we've played every game. Let's go, Chiefs.